Good morning, dear children. How are you all? Good. Hope you have completed the work that was given to you till now. Okay. Today, as I promised you, we shall start with grammar. Okay. We shall do chapter number 2. Okay. We shall do chapter number 2 of your English grammar book. Open up at your book at page number 10. Okay, open up your English grammar book at page number 10. We shall start with the chapter subject and predicate. Children, when I was explaining you, once the session begins, let me tell you right now, I don't want any formalities. Concentrate fully on what is being taught to you. Okay, so no more chats. All of you be ready with your book. Open up your book at your English grammar book at page number 10, and we shall start with the chapter subject and predicate. So as we were going through the chapter, the first chapter, we remember sentences. When I was explaining you the chapter sentences, I was telling you what are sentences basically. Sentences are a group of words. When we arrange these group of words in a proper manner, it gives a meaningful sense, form. Okay, it takes a meaningful form. So that is what makes a sentence. So in a nutshell, if we try to understand it once again in an easy language, we will see that what are sentences? Sentences are group of words systematically arranged to get a proper meaning, right? Now these sentences, because we cannot afford to keep mum throughout, we have to talk. So sentences are a very strong media through which we share our opinion with our friends and everyone else, right? So let us try to understand, analyze the sentence and try to understand in detail what are the different parts of the sentence. You will be finding in this chapter that as we frame a sentence has main two main parts. One is the subject part and the other is the predicate part. Now, what do we mean by subject? A subject is the doer in the sentence, the actor in the sentence. It is mostly a noun or a pronoun about whom we talk in a sentence. For example, Hari is reading a book. Who am I talking about? Hari. Yeah, Hari is the person who's reading a book. So Hari is the subject, and the part in the sentence which tells us anything about the subject is known as predicate. The predicate here is reading a book. Clear? Right? So we are going in continuation with the first chapter itself. To understand the first chapter, you will understand, if you remember the first chapter, we need to keep revising, because next again after this we will be doing the chapter verb. So there again I will just refer to these two chapters only to make you understand what is a verb and where it takes place, or which position it holds in a sentence, right? So do not forget anything that has been taught to you earlier also. Clear? So what happens in a sentence? A sentence has two main parts. One is the subject part and the other is the predicate part. Now, what do we call the subject part? What is meant by the subject part? The subject part of a sentence speaks about the person or thing we are talking about in a sentence. Okay? The work, the doer of the action, the person or the thing we are talking about. The sun rises. Okay, the sun rises in the east. Now, what are we talking about in this sentence? We are talking about the sun. So, what is the subject part of the sentence? The sun. And what are we talking about? We are saying that the sun rises in the east. So, this part of the sentence, wherein we are talking about the action undertaken by the doer, or what work is done about by the doer, or any information about the subject, okay, that is known as the predicate. Now try to understand the literal meaning of the term, the word predicate. Anything that predicts. Anything that predicts. Predicts means says something about. So the second half of a sentence, I should not use the explanation second part. It may be most of the sentences may have the subject in the front part of the sentence and the predicate is explained in the second half of the sentence. But the fact is, it's not always like that. The subject can be placed in any part of the sentence. Because when you grow up, when you start reading about the different types of sentences, you will understand that the different types of sentences, the subject in the sentence, or the doer or the actor, or the thing that we are talking about, or the person we are talking about, is can be placed in any part of the sentence. So let us make the base very strong. So in a sentence, the person or the thing that we are talking about is known as the subject, and whatever we talk about the subject is known as the predicate. Okay, so the predicate part of a sentence explains us something about the subject, or anything that we talk about the subject is placed in the predicate part of a sentence. Is it clear? So let us try to understand with the help of some examples. See, Neeraj reads a book. I hope you are all looking at the book. Look at the book at page number 10. Look at the book at page number 10, because now on, if you do not concentrate in the class, I will not forward you any chapter. No pictures will be forwarded to you. So no emojis, no chats, nothing doing right now. Just your eyes should be in the book on page number 10. Fair. See, in the yellow box given in the beginning of the chapter, you found that subject has been put in one column, and predicate has been put in the other column. The first sentence is Neeraj, and the predicate is reads a book. Who's Neeraj? Neeraj is the subject. Okay. Why is Neeraj the subject? Because in this sentence, Neeraj reads a book. We are talking about Neeraj, and that is what we understood. In a sentence, the person or the thing that we are talking about, okay, the person or the thing we are talking about is known as the subject of the sentence. Don't have a book, you will get the picture. Concentrate now, at least that much you can do. And this person, fun life and motivation, please give your name. Give your name. These quotations and these words will not work. Okay? I will forward you the pictures. Today itself, I will forward you the pictures of this chapter. Concentrate in the explanation now. So who's Neeraj? Neeraj is the subject. The second sentence, the sun rises in the east. What are we talking about? We are talking about the sun. Okay, and what are we talking about? The subject rises, that the sun rises in the east. It is given in the predicate part. So we understood the two parts of the sentence. The first part of the sentence is refers to the person or the thing we are talking about, and that is known as the subject part of a sentence. And the second part of the sentence is the second part. First, we have talked about the subject, and now we are talking about the second important part of a sentence, and that is known as a predicate. The predicate part, in the predicate part of a sentence, we talk about anything, we get reference of anything that we speak about the subject. Clear? And that is what we know as the predicate, because the predicate word in itself explains you. Predicate means to predict. It originates from the word to predict. Okay, so these are the two important parts of a sentence. Many a times when I explained you about the different types of sentences, you remember we read about imperative sentence, commands, wishes, request. Many times we do not need to use a group of words. Many a times just a word or two in itself gives the complete meaning, right? Just like when somebody please, that in itself is giving you the complete meaning that you are expected to do something. Be quiet, be attentive. Clear? Similarly, when I say just keep quiet, what does that mean? It is herein, it is being said to somebody. So that somebody in imperative sentence, basically it is that somebody is the subject of the sentence, but in imperative sentence you find that these subject words are missing. So we have to understand it. Give me a glass of water. Obvious it is that I am asking somebody to give me a glass of water. When I use the word go out, obvious it is understood that it has been directed, this information or this word or this command is being given to somebody who has to act according to the command. Leave out of the room. Okay, so this is what we know as imperative sentence. So these are the limits in a sentence. In imperative sentences, the subject is not mentioned most of the time. And the second important thing which I was telling you was that you need to understand that in a sentence, the subject can be placed anywhere, whether it is in the beginning. As a student of class 6, you will be reading about simple sentences, most probably simple sentences and compound sentences. So you may just get the subject in the beginning part of the sentence. But it is not compulsory that you will find the subject of the sentence in the first part of the sentence itself. So that is why I constantly am repeating how to identify the subject in a sentence. You read the sentence and you try to find out who are we talking about. Underline it and label it as subject. Understood? Now, read the sentence, find out what are we talking about? What about the subject we are talking about? Underline it and label it as predicate. We shall do the exercises. Right now with me, you will be doing it so that you also understand it along with you. All those who have the book, you please open up your book at page number 10 and hold a pencil in your hand. Hold a pencil in your hand, because always I repeat that whenever you do your work in the book, it has to be in a pencil. You must have seen when I send pictures also, I also use pencil for the book work. You know why? Because Many may be using the book after you as well, because we have been taught, we know how to keep our things neat and tidy. We have to handle our books with love and care. If after me somebody else wants to use it and learn it in their own way, what do? The person can rub off and use it once again. Yeah. So let us start, let us not waste time. Open up your book at page number 10. Okay, let us start with the exercises. Exercise A. Choose the correct option. The part of a sentence which refers to the person or thing we speak about is called the which part? Subject part. So option 1 is option B, subject. In a sentence, the person or the thing we are talking about is the subject. So the correct option for the first sentence is B, subject. Second sentence. In dash sentences, the subject you is left out. You refers to anyone here. Okay, so you refers to anyone here, right? So the subject is you is left out. So what type of sentences did we revise right now? That we do not need the subject, still it holds meaning. It is the second option, imperative sentence. So for the second sentence also, the correct option is B, imperative sentence. The commands, the wishes, the requests. Now let us move to the next exercise. Divide each of the following sentences into subject and predicate. First sentence, barking dogs seldom bite. Who are we talking about? Barking dogs, dogs that bark. Okay, so underline barking dogs and write subject. Underlined seldom bite. Seldom means they rarely bite. Okay, the dogs that bark, they rarely bite. So seldom bite is the predicate. So this part of the sentence is talking about the barking dogs. So it is predicate. Second sentence, the little girl is playing with her toys. Okay, the little girl is playing with her toys. Right? What are we talking about? We are talking about the little girl. So underline the little girl, right? Subject. What are we talking about the little girl? That she is playing with her toys. So is playing with her toys, underline it, right? Predicate. Got it? Now try to do the next three sentences. I will start with the third one. You do it yourself without checking my notes. Don't copy it from my notes. You try to do it using a pencil, then tally it with my answer. The third section exercise. Add predicates to these subjects. This is a very important part. Swimming. Swimming is the subject. We are talking about swimming. What could you add about swimming? It is a good exercise. So swimming is a good exercise. Okay. So is a good exercise needs to be filled in the blank. We will do all these exercises in the book using a pencil. Then refer to my notes. Check whether what you have done is correct or not. And then only move to your fair work, wherein I will forward you the notes for today and you will do the notes. Clear? Okay, you will do the notes. I will hide out, I will just forward you. Okay, no, I cannot hide out anything because those who do not have the book, they will have to do the entire thing together. So now let us do the second sentence of adding predicate. Delhi, the capital of India. Could you say anything about I don't know your name. Who's this? Dinesh Suri. I don't know your name. Whose name better? Whose name? What is your name? Ishika is asking. Whose name? Question number 2. S. Barking dogs seldom bite P. No, better. We will rewrite the entire sentence, underline it, and then use a pencil to write subject on the top. Clear? You can do when you write down the question in your fair copy itself. Okay, right? When you write the sentence with the fair work also, you can just use two different colors. Pink maybe, right? Pink and blue, you underline pink and blue color pencils. Underline the sentence subject part with pink and underline the predicate part with blue, and over that you write predicate. Clear? So we will not do it separately like this. As you get my notes today, you will get to understand how to do the work. Clear? I have tried to do it for you. It may be of help for you, but don't blindly follow whatever I have given. I have done it. It is correct. Yes, Delhi, the capital, is the capital of India, is very beautiful, or it is located in the northern part of our country. Yes, it is a green city, it is a beautiful city. Can be anything about Delhi, you can mention it, and that will be the predicate part. Similarly, dash speaks. For the D part also, you can add up the subject. Subject will be the name of a person, place, object, or thing, right? So it could be a name, the noun, or a pronoun. So dash can speak English very well. Any name, okay? Any name can be written, right? The sun sets where? We know it, in the west. This way. Similarly, who flies? Birds fly. Clear? So once you get, yeah, we have to do it. I have given it in the assignment PDF today that section B, C, D needs to be done in the fair copy. Section B, C, D needs to be done in the fair copy, and all the sections A, B, C, D, E, F all need to be done in the book using a pencil. Only in the fair copy it needs to be done in using a pen, and that too you can use two different color pencils. Clear? You can use two different color pencils for your help to underline all these. The subject part you underline it with the help of pink color pencil. You know na, color pencils, Camlin color pencils. Underline subject part with the help of a pink color pencil, and on the top you write subject. Clear? Underline the predicate part with a blue color pencil, right? Don't use sketch pens. That makes the copy very, very untidy. Don't use sketch pens or highlighters. Nothing. Strictly, I am saying use only color pencils, blue and pink. Subject in blue, predicate in pink. That is sufficient. Clear? There will be a uniformity in every copy. Then add subjects to these predicate. D part. Let me help you with one or two sentences so that you also learn how to do it. Dash can speak English very well. Who could it be? Any person, any friend's name you write. Reena can speak English very well. Right? Second sentence. The dash marched through the town. What can you see marching round the town? The procession. The procession marched through the town. Who flies? Birds. So add up Reena, the procession, birds in the subject part. So this section, this type of exercise, you need a lot of practice. Okay, you need a lot of practice. Then let us proceed to the E part. Match the subjects with suitable predicates. Christopher Columbus. What did he do? The predicate is C. Discovered America. Christopher Columbus discovered America. So one is C. Second, habit. Habit is a second nature. Habit, the habit that we have. Okay. One is C. Two is A. Yes. Two is A. I like when children do their work in this manner. I want this type of response in your feedbacks as well. Then C, charity. Charity begins at home. I know many of you are doing this charity even while helping the needy in these days. During this lockdown period, you are getting an ample opportunity. You are hearing about people, those who are in terrible need. I'm sure, children, you are doing, your parents are doing their duties as good human beings, helping one another. We continue to do it. So beautifully, the statement also gives us a clue that charity means your generosity, your distribution, your goodness begins at home. You learn all these goodness at home. Your parents learned it from their parents, and you are learning it from your parents. Keep up. Then let us go to the next one. The sun rises in the east. So 4 is B. 4 is B. Rises in the east. Fifth, prevention. Prevention is better than cure. Instead of curing yourself and spending lakhs in treating yourself, it is better to prevent. Save yourself from going into that dangerous situation. That is what it means. Prevention is better than cure. Okay? Yes. Very good. So once again, a quick revision. 1C, 2A, 3E, 4B, 5D. Clear? Now, F. Choose any two subjects and a suitable predicate to make a complete sentence. Clear? To any two subjects and a suitable predicate. So we have to create two sentences using the words given in the circles here. In page number 11 of your book, at the bottom, right bottom side, you can see so many words are given in beautiful colored balls. Right? Friends, the rich, grandmother, cricket, school. I tried to frame two sentences for your help. You may frame up in a different manner. Choice is yours. Follow me or create your own. I always appreciate. My friends and me play cricket in the school. This was the first sentence I created. Okay. And the second sentence I created was the rich man's grandmother moved to Paris. The rich man's grandmother moved to Paris. Clear? So this is how I created two sentences for your help. Clear? Now you can, 5 is D. Yes, it is true. This is true. Very true. Okay, these are the two sentences I created. Today I will forward you the picture of this chapter. Tomorrow we shall start, not tomorrow, Monday. Okay, Monday we shall take one more chapter of grammar only. Most probably I'm thinking of doing notice writing, writing skills. Let us develop our writing skills. Are you practicing letter writing? Keep up the habit of practicing whatever you learn. So this weekend, you try to take pain to revise whatever you have learned. I may give you a surprise test any day. I'm thinking of framing up a questionnaire for you and ask you to do it as a part of your revision. Clear? I may do it. I will also do a little bit of homework for you. Clear? Yes. Okay, so see you on Monday at the same time, but this time we will be doing writing skills, English grammar only. We will continue with, and we will do the writing skills, notice writing. Clear, children? Have a nice weekend. Bye. Take care, everyone.